So glad to have you here today. And in this video, I want to share with you my complete YouTube workflow end to end from idea to upload on YouTube, 8 simple steps. So if you've been sitting on YouTube, maybe you're thinking about starting on YouTube, you're over 40, 50, 60, like me, I'm in my mid 50s, and you've never done content creation. I had never done it before 9 months ago on any platform. I knew nothing about it. I thought that was just young people. But I got on it, and after 9 months, my first channel that helps US veterans with their disability basically has over 21,200 subscribers, literally in 9 months. But not every niche is like that. I just happened to hit that niche at the right place and the right time, and it exploded. I was monetized in 5 weeks. On this channel, okay, I started it several months ago and have not had as much time as I wanted to work on it, but it's really a passion of mine. I love YouTube. I've just almost, I hate to say, become addicted to it. I just absolutely love YouTube. And I think you will too if you can make or take the decision fatigue out of the picture and basically put a process in place, a system in place to where you don't have to think so much. You just do the next thing up. You know, in sports, they always say next man up or next person up. Well, in this process, it's 8 simple steps, and you just do the next step up. Well, if you watch this all the way to the end, I think you're going to be relieved. You're going to be encouraged, and you're going to have in your possession a strategy and a system that you can use as is, or you can adjust it to fit whatever your need is. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay. So it's 8 simple steps from idea. We've got to have something to talk about, right? To upload. We got to get it out on YouTube, published on YouTube so people can watch it. So the very first step, okay, is going to be content queue. Content queue. And I may step over here for just a second. And I've got some notes here to help me stay on track. But with the content queue, it's nothing more than a list of videos I'm going to do on the channel in order. Now I'm going to take a little bit of time on this. I put some lines here for you to show you, but I personally use OneNote. Now you could use Google Sheets, you could use Google Doc, you could use really anything you want to use. But I do try to go as cheap as possible, just FYI. So easy mode and cheap mode. So content queue. So I use OneNote, and what I do is I basically have a sheet or OneNote notebook, and I put on there basically content queue. And I'm going to put in there a list of titles. Now I'm going to spend a little bit of time on this. I'm not going to hurry and get into recording. I'm going to spend a little bit of time on this, and I'm going to research through AI. You could use ChatGPT, you could use Microsoft Copilot, Gemini. vidIQ is excellent, VIDIQ. That is really excellent. It is worth I want to say it's $15, and I'm not affiliated with them, but it's worth 15 bucks. It's an AI. You can use AI Coach just for YouTube, and it's pretty awesome. So I kind of go through and I put in there kind of the topics I'm thinking about, what's on my mind, and then I run it through there, and I get a list, okay, of titles, topics, bullet points of what to hit, and I also get in there the optimized descriptions and also the tags that are going to go into YouTube when you upload them. Here's the big thing. I used to wait until the end of the process down here to do all of that, and that makes it really stressful. But what I do now is I front end load the work when I'm not under heavy stress. The reason that this is important is because it's going to reduce the decision fatigue. It's going to take that, what video do I do next? And I'll also tell you this, having a channel that kind of took off like a rocket is sometimes a blessing and sometimes it's a curse. I found myself trying to recreate a viral video or trying to chase the algorithm, as they would say. What word did I use? What kind of title words did I use? What was in my tags? And really that can create so much stress, so much burnout. And if you're trying to get a viral video or trying to catch a wave or trying to stay on the wave that you've caught, it can cause so much stress. Here's what I found. Have a content queue and you've already got your list of topics ready, and basically you're just going to do next video up, and you've got your title, your thumbnail wording, everything already pre-researched, maybe a couple of months in advance. The number that I'll have on that content queue may be like the next 12 videos, maybe to cover like the next 3 months for me. Okay, so that's content queue. And then what we're going to do is move to step number 2 is going to be packaging. Okay, packaging. Now, I also learned this the hard way. I kind of used to do all this way down here on the last step, and I could spend literally 8 or 9 hours just on these bottom steps down here, because no matter how great your topic is or how hard you worked at researching it and how effective you were on the delivery, if you don't package it right, okay, no one's going to see it. YouTube's not going to push it, and no one's going to watch it, and then it's really discouraging. So what you want to do is get your titles, your topics, and all that. Then you want to make sure you package it. Think of it kind of like marketing or like gift wrapping something. You want to make it attractive, and YouTube has certain buzzwords. Your niche will have certain buzzwords and certain kind of title phrases. And so what I do in this packaging step, let me make sure I refer to my notes on this one for you. What I do here is I take the list, I get the list, and I have my next video up. Let's say it's this one, and that one video is going to move to packaging. Now, what I'm going to do on this one is I'm going to take that out of OneNote, make it its own kind of OneNote there, and I'm going to make sure that I just do a quick touch up on the finalizing the title. Okay. I'll give you an example for this one right here. The title of this video is more or less going to be, at least at this point, okay, it may change. It's going to be my complete YouTube workflow from idea to upload in 8 simple steps. Now, the original title I put in my content queue was, I want to say it was my 8-step process dash easy mode. But when I put it through the packaging step here, what ended up happening was the AI and vidIQ basically said easy mode is not searched. That's a favorite word of mine. And it kind of, that word alone makes me no longer stressed, okay? However, it says that people are not searching for easy mode. So it gave me this the idea to upload and my complete YouTube workflow. So those are more searchable, and actually YouTube's gonna push it a lot more. And hopefully when you see it, you'll click on it and wanna watch it. So the title, the thumbnail words, okay? What are those thumbnail words gonna be? And maybe 4 or 5 words that kind of pop on the thumbnail that make you want to reference a title and click on the video and watch it. Without that, then what ends up happening is our videos kind of die out and they're not watched. Okay, so now that we've got the packaging done, that's step number 2, we're then going to move to scripting this video. And here's the thing. You've already got all of this work done. You've got it optimized. You've researched it. Now we're going to go ahead and do what I call here voice to text. Okay, and this is for your script. So what I kind of also learned in this process was I would literally sit there and kind of type out in Google Doc or OneNote or whatever, and I would just kind of rearrange, copy paste this and that. What I found was that was taking me forever. I want to say on one video, I may have spent 15 hours, okay? But what I stumbled on was, and I've done some videos on this channel on it, when I was driving to the gym, the morning is kind of my creative time. I just got really motivated with a certain topic and an idea. And so what I found was I was driving, so of course I can't write. So I grabbed my iPad, which I'm actually recording with right now, and I just hit record, and I started recording it. And basically, I was doing voice to text. And I ended up, to my amazement, I recorded that script in exactly the words I would use as if I was delivering it. And so what I do is hit voice to text. And then when I get back, I printed it out. And it was literally like a spoken word script. What had happened before was I would type it up and it would sound and read like an essay. And then when I would go to try to put it in Google Slides and record it, kind of make it recordable, I would realize this is not really spoken language. So I'd have to do a translation. That's cut out. Now, basically all I'm doing is voice to texting my script, and as soon as I just hit record, how easy is that? Just talk into record, however you want to do it, recording device, or use your iPhone, your Android, your iPad, whatever. And then basically you just save it, and then you just basically save it like that, or you print it out and you've got your script ready to go. That is why I call it a simple step. The next step that I'm going to do is basically, now this is kind of the gold mine, and this is kind of what I call my superpower, and that is gap add. Okay, the gap add. Now on this one, basically what I'm talking about here is once I get this script done, okay, and I've kind of spoken it out, I would find when I would go to record these videos that I would kind of start to have questions. Like I'm a former IT trainer, okay, and I also have a master's degree in adult learning theory, and so I kind of understand how adults think and learn. And a lot of it is just kind of how I think and learn. And what I would think is, man, this is missing something important. This is I would just start thinking of questions like, I don't want to just put let me put it this way. I don't want to just put a video out that basically promises, like, say, 8 simple steps, and basically it's stuff you've already heard. It's just generic information trying to get clicks, and it doesn't really add value. So what I found was I do this simple step. It doesn't take long, but I kind of jot down a few questions of what does the viewer really want to know in this? What are they really after? And what can I give them that other videos on this topic don't really have? And what I do is I just take a minute and I may research that either through Google search or, again, ChatGPT or something like that, and then go to a certain website or things like this and just find out that information. And then what I do is take my script and add that information. And it's just basically, I had originally put a star here because this is the gold. This is the gold mine. This is what's going to make the video retentive. This is what's going to make people want to share it, and things like this. Okay, and then the next step, so 1, 2, 3, 4. The 5th step is going to be, and I had to learn this the hard way, and this is going to be one take recording. One take recording. Take it from me, if you can learn from me in advance, and let me get over here for you. Take it from me, if you try to get the recording right and take 30 different takes, and then you go to, the next one's gonna be editing, teaser, minimalist editing. But if you try to do this recording and then you get to the editing, you could literally, I was there 8 hours one time, and then my wife started to say, "Where are you?" And I was like, well, I've got so many takes that I've done on this recording, I can't even find which one's which. We're not going to do that. The simple steps is basically one take recording, okay? And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my script with the gap add, that extra value, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here, I'm going to look it over, and then I'm going to basically do one take recording. That's it, one take. I'm recording it right now. I'm recording this right now, and I can see on my screen I'm at 14 minutes and 3 seconds. This is it. I'm doing one take recording. I'm not doing a bunch of super editing on this. As a matter of fact, if you're over 40 like me, I can't really take, like I do struggle sometimes, with anxiety triggers. If I see all of these, what they call jump cuts, constantly like clipping stuff, and they're first over here, and then all of a sudden they switch and they're over here, and it doesn't make sense. Well, they've cut out a mistake, okay? And in big cases, that's needed. But here's what the one take recording is. I'm going to hit start, and then I'm going to go all the way through on one take, and I'm going to stop the recording, and that's it. Then what I'm going to do is go to here, and then this next one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, is minimalist. I'm writing this kind of backwards for me. Editing. Okay, so we're going to have here minimalist editing. And what we're going to do here is, okay, I use Camtasia, Camtasia 2025 or maybe 2026 now, I'm not sure. But I do use that. You could use, I started with iMovie, okay? And I'll actually watch a couple of YouTube videos on that. It was really super easy. So what you're going to do in minimalist editing, you're going to take your recording, okay? And you're going to basically chop off the front, chop off the back. If there's any glaring errors, like maybe I'm doing this and I start coughing or choking, then I'm gonna, I'll cut that out. But I'm gonna leave the uhs and ahs. I'm gonna pretty much just chop that off. Editing, done. 1 hour, that's it. I may put in some key annotations of, like, if I have 3 points, okay, I may put in number 1 and it'll come up as an annotation, but really that's about it. And then for the seventh step we're going to do here is minimalist editing. And then what I'm going to do is export. I had to look on my cheat sheet there. Export and QA. So after I've got the recording on my laptop, what I'm then going to do is export it to my laptop. I'm not going to go direct to YouTube, no way. So I'm going to export it and then I'm going to QA it right there. The reason being is I've uploaded many videos and there may have been a glitch. I actually published 1 or 2 and there was a glitch. Like, it literally for several seconds the screen went black. Well, I didn't realize it, but in my editor I accidentally set something wrong and it wasn't fit to the screen, so it was black. It was terrible. And so I had to actually take the video down. It was so bad. So after that, I export it to my laptop and then I'm going to do the QA on there. What is QA going to do? Actually, the safest thing to do is just watch it all the way through, or if I can talk my wife into it, ask her to watch it all the way through, make sure nothing crazy comes up. Multiple times something has gone wrong, and what I'll do is I'll just have to go back into the editor, fix it, and re-export it 1 more time. That's kind of the exception, not the rule. So then I'm going to export it, QA it. Then the last thing we're going to do is we are going to upload to YouTube. We're going to upload it to YouTube. Now I'm going to give you my own personal kind of cheat code or my own personal hack, the way that I do this. And what I do is, you just have to be on top of it if you do this. But what I do is, let's see, at the point that I know my optimized title and I have my tags, it's typically up here, and I know my title, my tags, and my description, optimized description, I'm going to skip ahead into YouTube, my channel, and there, under settings in YouTube Studio, under settings, there is upload defaults. What I'm going to do is, for the next video that I'm working on, this one, I am going to basically put this optimized metadata in my upload default. So it's going to have my title. So for instance, right now in my YouTube Studio for this channel, I have as my title my complete YouTube workflow from idea to upload in 8 simple steps. That's there. I have the optimized description for this video. I have the tags for this video already in there. And then I also have the, well, I don't have the chapter summaries yet because I don't know what they are. But basically, I have placeholders for chapters. And then so it's already there. Now, when I go to upload this video, this one, basically all of that stuff's going to auto-populate, and that's done. That's a cheat code, but you just have to make sure that you stay on top of that. Okay, so in this case, I'm going to upload the video, and at the point that it's uploaded, I'm going to basically make sure I set my end screens, my info cards, and I'm going to schedule it for whatever time I've researched for my niche. You're going to be doing that over here at your content queue, but whatever days and times are best for you. And it's kind of crazy on different channels, it's different days and times. And then I'm going to upload it and I'm going to schedule that video for the right time. I'm going to then go into YouTube, click play, skip around just a little bit, make sure maybe an annotation comes up with the right voice and audio time, just to make sure everything's right from past mistakes. And then after that, hey, I am done. I'm absolutely done. So I hope that this can help you. And if you look at this, 8 simple steps. Once I get done with this upload, after I take a break, I'm basically just going to come back and I'm going to take the next one and move it right to packaging. But I've already done my work here, so it's next video up. I'm not chasing the algorithm. I'm not running like a chicken with my head cut off. So I hope that this helps you. So let's do a quick review for you, okay? So what we're gonna do, 8 simple steps from idea to upload. We're going to create a content queue with maybe the next 10 to 12 videos. It's going to have your title. It's going to have the words you should put on your thumbnail. It's going to have your description. It's going to have your tags. You can use AI and that'll make it really quick. Then you're going to basically move the next one up to packaging. Here you're going to create your thumbnail. I use Canva. Here you're going to make sure, just do one quick check on your title, your tags, your description. You're going to go to YouTube Studio and populate your upload defaults. Boom. By the time you get to this scripting step, and I forgot to say this, you are feeling like $1,000,000. You know why? You are so ahead of the game. I'm so ahead of the game. All I've got to do is my video. All this other stuff, all this other work is done. Okay, so then I'm going to voice to text my script. Do it at the gym. Do it on the treadmill. Do it while you're driving. Just be safe and careful. Do it whenever you feel relaxed, and do it as if you're speaking it. And bam, you've got a script in your spoken voice. Okay, then we're going to do gap add. The gap add, I'm going to look for any gaps, and I'm going to make sure my video pops. I'm going to make sure that my video is giving the viewer that added value that maybe other videos don't give them. The last thing I want is you to watch this video and feel like he didn't really deliver on what he said. I don't really even understand, what he said. Okay, then we're going to go to one take recording. Okay, just going to look over that script. Basically do one take recording, hit record, go all the way through, hit record again. Minimalist editing. Okay, use whatever editor you want. Cut the front end, the back off. Glaring mistake only. We're going to export that to our device that we recorded on, and then basically QA it, quality assurance, and just make sure nothing crazy has happened. And then what we're going to do there is go to upload it to YouTube. Guess what? Your defaults are set for this video, and it's going to all populate. You can basically then upload your thumbnail and basically set your end screens, schedule that video, and you are done. You're done. Well, I hope that this has helped you in some way. I have been wanting to share this for a couple of months, and I'm still fine-tuning it as I go along. I'm not that far ahead of you if you're just getting started, but I want to tell you this. I love YouTube. It is so, and at our age, say mid-50s, we need something to achieve. We need something to do, and many times in the workplace, we're not as valued anymore as we used to be. And also, as we move into retirement, with AI and all this other stuff coming, I want to kind of have some lanes set up that I can do that I really enjoy doing in my retirement that could also generate some income for, my wife and family as we hopefully age gracefully. Well, thank you so much for watching. Please check out my other videos, subscribe, like, share this with anyone you think it could help. Let me know where you are in the process. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to do a deep dive on all 8 steps individually. So be on the lookout, and I'll catch you on the next one.